We hope you've marked your calendars for May 27th, because it's going to be a day to remember for all of us Stranger Things fans. There's already unbelievable hype around the final season, and now we've got Logan Riley Bruner, who will play newcomer Fred Benson, on the show, teasing us with fresh details about the show. Let's go ahead and see what the actor had to say. First up, the Fred Benson mystery. It wasn't until early February of this year that eager fans received more news about the upcoming season. Logan Riley Bruner was announced as a fresh new addition to the cast, playing Fred Benson. Now, we don't know much about Fred, except that he's your stereotypical idea of an 80s nerd with spectacles to match. But the kid's clever, and he uses this cleverness to pursue his passion, journalism. But we don't know where he fits into the overall picture, or whether he'll be up to something sinister once he starts digging around for clues, because you never know with the Duffer Brothers, do you? But Logan's keeping things close to his chest. When asked about his new role, all he revealed was that he's a journalist. Now that he's on one of the largest platforms, and in one of the most anticipated shows in the world, it's obvious that secrecy is a huge part of being cast in roles such as this. Mystery creates just the right kind of marketing for a movie or TV show, but the actor teased fans further. While the actor didn't reveal many details about Fred Benson, he had a lot more to share about Season 4, calling it a rebirth of the show. He said the show will grow with its characters, and we've kind of seen that coming. Season 1 seemed more like an homage to 80s cult hits, with a more child-friendly tone, and as the seasons went on, the tone became gradually darker and more somber. It's clear that the Duffer Brothers are going the route of the Harry Potter series, in which each entry becomes darker and darker as the audience grew with the cast of the movie series. Logan feels the same about Season 4, saying that long-term TV shows grow and morph with their characters, allowing both the characters and actors playing them to grow up. And the actor says we'll be seeing a lot of that in the latest entry to the series, with the characters starting high school. There will be a feeling of rebirth and rediscovery, and apparently Logan is just as excited about it as fans are. But what about new creatures, Logan? We've already seen hints in Stranger Things 4 merchandise about new potential monsters we'll be seeing in the new season. When asked about the addition of Demo spiders and Demo bats, Logan was just as tight-lipped about the subject as he was when discussing his character. With a sly smile, which basically means giving the answer away, the actor suggested that it would be both exciting and terrifying to see spiders as new monsters in the latest season. But he had little else to say, neither confirming nor denying their appearance in the series. However, we're sure eagle-eyed fans will find some hidden clues in the trailers about the scary creatures. Now, in other news, speaking of monsters, whether or not Logan reveals more details about new creatures, we're diving straight into hints that we've come across so far for Stranger Things 4. First of all, the Demo spiders. Remember how we mentioned the Stranger Things merchandise? Well, on Amazon, one of the released t-shirts features the Creel House. Now, we all know that the Creel House is going to be highly significant in the upcoming season, but that's not why we took an interest in the shirt. What caught our attention was that there's an octopus-looking creature wrapping around a stained glass window. Obviously, an octopus has 8 limbs, but do you know what else does too? Yup, spiders. But that's not the only hints we've caught so far. Sadie Sink and Priyas Ferguson's spider emojis. Just like Logan Riley, the rest of the cast so far has been very secretive about their roles and the plot details for Season 4. But maybe, just like the sly smile Logan gave us, actors Sadie Sink and Priyas Ferguson might have their own versions of a sly smile. The two actors have been promoting Season 4 through their official Twitter accounts, and we noticed that they were using spider emojis to do so. What's more interesting, however, is that the poster for Season 4 reveals that Max, played by Sadie, and Erica, played by Priya, will take part in the Creel House plot. While Demo spiders have not yet been confirmed, it's pretty suspicious that the two actors would use spider emojis in their tweets. We think it's a deliberate hint, but the only way to find out if our theories are right is on May 27th. Demo spiders are scary and everything, but those probably aren't what the young adults will be dealing with this season, and the Duffer Brothers hint at the main villain. The series has a trend that Ross and Matt Duffer have carefully laid out in their plans for the overall plotline. Each creature that we've seen so far is based on characters that originated from Dungeons & Dragons. Season 1 featured the Demogorgon, which only shared its name with its counterpart in D&D. The one in D&D is a giant beast with 2 heads, and in the show, it's not much taller than a regular person. Season 2 and 3 continued with the trend set by Season 1, and we were introduced to the Mind Flayer and the Spider Monster, which was basically created from the remains of the Mind Flayer. The Duffer Brothers, when talking about the main villain in Season 4, said that it's something that's been buried a long time, but it connects everything together. The second episode of the 4th season, named Vecna's Curse, is the biggest clue for this. In D&D, Vecna is a member of the Pantheon of Gods, being described as missing his left eye and his left hand. If that's what we have to go by, then we're seeing an awesome potential villain for the gang to battle in the upcoming season. Next, Season 4 will be very long, apparently. When talking about the new season, Ross Duffer had little details to share, just like the rest of the cast, but he did give one potential detail away, and fans are going to love it. Ross is positive that the audience will love the show, and that it will be very, very long. That alone helps us deduce a few things. First, we've already been told the number of episodes that Season 4 will have. It'll follow Season 2 in keeping the total to 9 episodes. Since we know the number of episodes isn't increasing, we can cleverly conclude that the episodes might be feature length, going up to a possible 1 hour and 30 minutes. That's not bad news at all, but it could also be that Ross was referring to the fact that the 4th season will be split into 2, with Part 1 having 9 episodes and Part 2 having the same number. The second part will be available on Netflix in July. Considering the fact that it's the final season and that there's so much story left to fit into 18 episodes, it's not a long shot to assume that each episode might go over the usual 1 hour length. Besides, we're sure that the Duffer Brothers want a satisfying conclusion to the series, so the more content we get, the better it'll be. Lastly, there will be more horror. Ross Duffer revealed in an interview that he and his brother Matt pitched Stranger Things to Netflix as being a marriage between the Goonies and E.T. That's really cute, and it was evident in the first season. The tone was eerie, yet still lighthearted enough for teens to enjoy. As adults, we enjoyed the nostalgia trip along with the brilliant characters and storyline, but the kids are now quickly moving towards adulthood, and that's why the brothers can't do the Goonies anymore. According to Ross, Season 4 will be much more horror-focused, leaning into the genre and hopefully taking us all by surprise. The show creator said that it was fun making that transition. There's also the addition of Robert Englund to the cast, and if you know the legend, you know he'll be bringing his Freddy Krueger energy to the latest season, and we're kinda giddy about this. The Creel House plotline will be significant for this role. Robert Englund will be playing Victor Creel, the father who apparently kills his family in the Creel House. Fan theories, however, suggest that this will mirror a Stephen King classic, The Shining. Just like Jack Torrance was driven mad by the Overlook Hotel, it's possible that the Upside Down might have something to do with Victor's psyche being stretched to its limits, since he does seem a tad unhinged in the trailer. But considering that there are scant details about the Creel House plot, we have to rely on fan theories at the moment. But honestly, we're just excited to see Robert Englund flex his horror muscles and bring us true terror in the new season. And that's all for this video. What are your theories about Season 4? And how do you think Fred Benson will fit into the story? Could there be a link between Benson and the Creel House? We want to know what you think, so drop your comments below and let us know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching. Consider hitting the like button if you liked our video, and hit subscribe so you never miss out on future uploads. Till next time.